York so that he can tell them about us. That's really what I want. I want to be very famous in New York so he can tell them about AV. But he's a great guy. It's sad to see him go. So please, all that energy that you have left, please give it to him because it's his last time here. And give it up, everybody, for Tony Roman, everyone!
No, it's not the only time I get booed. Usually it's the first. It's usually a lot of pointing and laughing. I think that's why comedy seems so natural for me. But speaking about natural, I think I figured out that my parents are actually brother and sister. Let me tell you why. I told my mom I was moving to New York and she's freaked out. She's like, oh my God, you need to be careful on the train. I'm like, why? He goes, well, one time I was going to pick up your dad and this guy came on the train, took off his clothes, folded them, and then started jacking off. And I'm like, holy shit, what did you do? She's like, well, I waited for him to finish. Why? I didn't want to make him feel self-conscious. I'm not an asshole, Tony. My father's no better. I remember when I was 6 years old, we were at the beach, and my dad decides this is the perfect time to drop the where do babies come from question. Not me, him. He just sits down, he's reading a newspaper, he's like, so Anthony, do you know where babies come from? I don't know. So I sat there nervous trying to impress my father, and I was like, I know it deals with this region, but I didn't want to say the word pee-pee because, come on, that's immature and infantile. So I was like, the first word that popped in my head was like, oh, Dad, it's when a man puts his hose into a woman, and that's where a baby comes from. My dad's response was, that's close enough, we'll stick with that. That's good. Could you imagine if that fucking information stayed in my head, me trying to lose my virginity to my prom date by stuffing a garden hose into her? Just turn on the water. Daddy said this is where babies come from. Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. She has a baby or she gets the hose. I also figured out that children are retarded. They're born that way. They're just absolutely fucking retarded. I love them to death. I have a couple of nieces and nephews that are staying with me, and I told them I was going to New York. And they asked me, why are you going to New York? And I'm like, well, because your Uncle Tony wants to be an Avenger. And their eyes got wide, and they were like, holy shit, Uncle Tony's gonna be an Avenger. Only later on, though, what the fuck kind of Avenger would I be? Like manic depressant phantom master? Functional alcoholism man? He only cries when he has sex. That's a superpower. For sad. And anyway, speaking about sad sex, where was I? Oh yeah, my life. Anyway, so, holy shit, did I forget? No, it's right there. Okay, point it out, take it, reflection, put it out there. Anyway, so, I couldn't have fucking kids, because I would fuck them up. I mean, like, so that, I wouldn't hit them, because the guilt would destroy me, and then they would use it against me. I'd get resentful, and then I'd really start fucking hitting them. Oh Christ! This is why I'm single. This is why I'm alone. Also because of the fact that I'm going to school, and it's weird because I'm going to college at around a very older age. To give you an example, the majority of the women that I go to school with were born the same year I graduated high school. I know I always make you the victim at this joke, but guess what? I'm leaving, you're taking another one for the team. So they were born the same year I graduated high school. That's the dating equivalent of whispering pickup lines into a pregnant woman's vagina. Hey, how you doing? Is it hot in there? It's hot out here just talking. Hey! I'm trying to talk to your friend. There's no need for you to get loud. Your mom's a terrible wingman. So what do you do? This is what I want. I kind of went too quick on that. That's alright, most girls say that. But I'm going to close out with this. I couldn't have children because I love lying to them. And I have a friend of mine that lies to her child constantly because she doesn't want her going into the garage. And she says, you know, if you go in the garage, there's evil spirits and they will take your soul away. What the fuck is that to say to a kid? That's like me sitting there going, like my daughter walking up to me and go, Daddy, could you leave the door open because I think there's monsters under my bed? And my response being, what? What did you say? Hold on a second, Daddy. BAM! Come back, loaded shotgun, covered in blood. Don't worry, Mommy's gonna be okay. Just stay on the bed, honey, and let's just hope the day comes soon. Because when the dark god Cthulhu rises from his manger of pain and destruction, and he leaps upon you like some kind of hentai calamari rape scene, just remember, Daddy's saving the last round for you. Daddy loves you. I don't need you time to tell me this is the greatest stage of my life.